Lesson number 9, Monday, November 21st. Today, with me in paradise. One of the Bible passages most widely used to try to prove the immortality of the soul is Luke 23:43, which says, "He replied, 'Truly I tell you, today you will be with me in paradise.'" Almost all Bible versions, with few exceptions, translate this text in a similar way, giving the impression that on the very day Christ died, Christ and the thief would be together in paradise. But this should not surprise us, because those translators and translations were made by biblical scholars who believe in the dogma of the natural immortality of the soul. But is this the best translation of the text? Let's compare Luke 23:43 with John 20:17. As read before, Luke 23:43 says, "He replied, 'Truly I tell you, today you will be with me in paradise.'" John 20:17 says, however, Jesus says to her, "Touch me not, for I am not yet ascended to my Father. But go to my brethren and say to them, I ascend to my Father and your Father, and to my God and your God." How should the promise to the repentant thief on the cross be understood in light of Jesus' words to Mary Magdalene and his promise to his disciples? The assumption that Christ and the thief went on the same day to paradise or heaven contradicts Jesus' words to Mary Magdalene after his resurrection, which affirm that he had not yet gone to the presence of his Father in heaven, John 20:17. And this error that both Jesus and the repentant thief went to heaven that day also contradicts Jesus' promise to his disciples that they would be taken to heaven only at his second coming, John 14:1-3. The issue in Luke 23:43 is whether the adverb today should be linked to the verb that follows it, to be, or to the verb that precedes it, to tell. The author Wilson Paroshki, in The Significance of a Comma, an analysis of Luke 23:43, found in Ministry, June 2013, page 17, says, and recognizes that from the grammatical standpoint, it is virtually impossible to determine the correct alternative. Luke, however, has a definite tendency of using this adverb with the preceding verb. This happens in 14 of the 20 occurrences of the adverb today in Luke and Acts. So, the most natural reading of Luke 23:43 would be as such: "Truly I tell you today that you will be with me in paradise." In this case, the idiomatic expression "I tell you today" emphasizes the relevance and solemnity of the statement that you will be with me in paradise at the second coming. In short, Jesus was promising him right then and there that he would be saved and would be with him in paradise at the second coming. Read the story of the repentant thief in Luke 23:39-43, who despite his sin, despite the fact that he had nothing to offer God, was promised eternal life by Christ. How does this story powerfully reveal the great truth of forgiveness of sin by faith alone? In what ways are we just like that thief? In what ways do we differ? From the book, The Desire of Ages, page 750 to 51, it says, I say unto thee today, thou shalt be with me in paradise. Christ did not promise that the thief should be with him in paradise that day. He himself did not go that day to paradise. He slept in the tomb, and on the morning of the resurrection he said, I am not yet ascended to my Father. John 20:17. But on the day of the crucifixion, the day of apparent defeat and darkness, the promise was given. Today, while dying upon the cross as a malefactor, Christ assures the poor sinner that he would be with him in paradise. From the SDA Bible Commentary, Volume 5, page 1150, it says, Jesus said to Mary, touch me not, for I am not yet ascended to my Father. John 20:17. When he closed his eyes in death upon the cross, the soul of Christ did not go at once to heaven, as many believe. Or how could his words be true that I am not yet ascended to my Father? The Spirit of Jesus, or the breath of life, the energy of life, slept in the tomb with his body and did not wing its way to heaven, there to maintain a separate existence and to look down upon the mourning disciples, embalming the body from which it had taken flight. All that comprised the life and intelligence of Jesus remained with his body in the sepulchre, and when he came forth, it was as a whole being. He did not have to summon his spirit from heaven. He had power to lay down his life and to take it up again. Have a blessed day.